it's officially that season where you start off in long sleeves and pants, and then you have to change into tank tops and shorts. And it's exhausting. I'm gonna take this staple gun and do the inside of the duck pen with this poultry netting. For their pool. It's got room for me to get by the pool, and that's where their nest area will be. I'll have a piece of wood going here. That's what I've been doing, and I'm still doing, and I'm using it out of pieces of scrap wood because I don't want to pay for a new pen, and I'm doing this whole no waste thing, and I kind of like being creative with what I have. Okay, I don't have all the supplies I need, but I have all the supplies I need. You know, I'm using scraps because I have stuff around, although I didn't have these around, but that's okay. I had these pallets around, I had to buy this mesh, and I have these random pieces of wood around. So I want this for the door hinge, and I want the door hinges to go on here. And then I have another post like this, and I'm gonna put it up in front of this one because I need it to come. It's a little uneven, so anyways, we're gonna fix it. It's got to be normal to go through multiple drill bits in one project from stripping them, right? And we have a door. Look at that! With a bungee. But that's all right. We can do that. Okay, I had to stop filming because I just had to get some stuff together. But let me show you the duck pen. It's completely done, and I just kind of want to show you how I threw it together. This is in no way a tutorial. It took like a million trips to Lowe's because I needed a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I needed some screws. I needed this and that. But this is it. Let's get it from afar. That's it. This is the front. It's 4 feet in the inside, and it's about 12 or 13 feet long. There's the Drake spatula pad. It's going to be the Love Shack soon. We are actually going to trade Daisy, the white one. I'm going to miss him a bunch. I know he was like being a jerk, but I didn't want to get rid of my Drakes. But apparently you have to have a lot of hens per Drake. Some people say 3 to 5. Some people say 8 hens per Drake. And like we know, I'm in a regular backyard. I can't have 30 ducks. So we're trading Daisy for a girl. And then we're gonna go pick up 4 more girls from another place and 2 chicken hens because that's what's gonna make me happy. It's breathable, it is sturdy, it's tall enough to where I can walk in it, fits their pool. It's secure. Well, this part needs to be still, but this is by the door. And to where they are protected. And soon it will be painted red, just like the chicken coop.
And a male, and this hen over here is called a black shoulder. And then the roosting hens here are brown leggings. These are self-blue coaches, and this is a black shoulder female over here.
She's pretty.
Yeah. And then these are Rhode Island red chickens, and that's a black pheasant. See, there's the male. See him out there? He's beautiful. Oh, I think he'd stay. But he's a black shoulder. And he's just now a 3-year-old. They have to be 3 years old. This male and these females are what go together.
Oh, they're pairs, yeah.
And the turkeys the same way.
Okay.
The guineas are pearl, white, and lavender.
Wow.
You see that?
Well, we're just at Lowe's and we're about to head home, and somebody laid an egg. That's got to be a good sign, right? Those are all the new babies. Alright, so to save money, I'm doing a DIY duck feeder. It is gonna have this top so that the water stays out, and this, and I bought a hole saw, and I'm not really following a specific plan because apparently that's not how I roll. I just try to get the supplies I think work at the cheapest I can and make it work. So okay guys, so here's my duck feeder so far. It's pretty much done. So I got a 3-inch PVC pipe, and it's a 90-degree one. It's like an elbow, and it has this lip right here, and that's like what I wanted, so it wouldn't be able to like be pushed through. And as you can see, it goes like that, and the bottom part is about 1.5 inches from the bottom. So all I have to do is fill it with feed, and they just put their little duck heads in here and eat from the bottom. It has a lid, so it will keep it from getting wet, which means you know, less times I have to go out there and do all their food. And it holds 5 gallons, so that's a lot of food. And so this was a 3-inch PVC elbow, and then I got a 3-inch hole saw, and then it really wouldn't fit. So yeah, it really wouldn't fit through with it, like them both being 3 inches. So we had to take a knife and just kind of like carve it a little bit. But I wanted it to fit really tight, and I needed it on this lip here. So okay, here's my duck feeder. I'm gonna fill it with some food, and then I'm gonna kind of stick some lettuce in here so that they know to go in here to grab the food, kind of teach them how to eat it. Pretty excited about it. Hi boys, hi ladies. Come on. Everyone's a bit shy. Come on, beauty. I'm gonna go ahead and put this lettuce right in here, and they'll go to it right in front of here. Oh, you ladies are so nervous, huh? Okay, so we just got back from Lowe's to go get some more wood. I'm putting a roost in there for my Muscovies. They are ducks, but they actually like to roost. So I got them a 2x4, and then I got my chickens a rounded 2x2. Right now they're roosting on a bamboo stick, and they really don't care. So I've heard to roost on round things. They actually like flatter things like a 2x2. So I got exactly that, and I'll be replacing their long bamboo stick with a 2x2 rounded piece of wood. And although they love their bamboo stick and they are on it all the time, this might be a bit comfortable. So here is my 2x4. I'm gonna go ahead and put it here. I'm gonna have my friend hold it here and push it here. I'm gonna be inside, and I'm gonna cut this fencing right here. We're gonna push it all the way through to the next pallet, and yeah, easy as that. So that's the roost. It doesn't go all the way through over here like it does on the other side, because I made it out of pallets and they're all the same. It's all scrap pieces of wood, so it hits that wood right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and screw it from the other side, and bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, they have their roost. Isn't that perfect? And they are all the way over there. Huh. So here is the duck pen. These pallets, I had to go and buy 2 more, these into, because I wanted to make it longer. I ended up putting these, what are these, 2x4s? Right here, and then I use these to go across, and it's just covered in chicken wire. This is the plastic fencing. I use the metal on top. I try not to use the metal chicken wire because it tends to poke and just not be so great. The ducks love the rain and things like that, but I did put this tarp up last storm, and it's just hung on by bungee cords, and I can take it off, which I'm gonna take it off now because I'm getting ready to paint it. It is just pallets put together. These didn't have this right here, so I have these random pieces of wood like this holding these pallets together. It's like that on this side as well. It's like that right here, and this will be cut. This will probably be cut today for their perch. I wanted it sticking out because I was going to put things on there, but I think maybe not. And the top part is just, I use these beam parts of the pallet and just put a piece of wood here and then put it over the top. That way it'd give the chicken wire some kind of stretch. And then inside, we ended up putting some scrap pieces of wood together to give it, you know, not so much lag. And I will show you guys the chicken coop. Like I said, this is not a tutorial, but this thing is like super sturdy. I think it's great for the ducks. It's a decent amount of room. The only reason they're in there right now is because they're new and they have to stay in their pen for about 2 weeks so that they know that that's their home and all that good stuff. Now let me show you guys the chicken coop and some additions I'll be making to the chicken coop here pretty soon. So this is the chicken coop. It has pallets, regular pallets, and it had this really, really thick pallet right here. Now this is what I did. All this plastic is what I did for winter time, and I actually won't need to do that for the ducks. The ducks don't need to be that warm. But I lined these. These are dollar shower curtains, and I just put them through, I just put them through here and then stapled where I could fit my hand, and that kept them insulated. And then we had this thick plastic over the top, and we have it right here. I'm gonna take some of this plastic off because it's really not necessary anymore, especially right there. But we had to put some extra plastic even on the ventilation areas because it got so cold when the Arctic came down to the south. Also, I'm painting their door today, and I'm painting the chicken pen. And let's see where they laid. Wow, how did you guys get your, how'd you get your feed bucket all the way over there? I know you guys want to come out. Chill out. What? There's an egg right there. Come on, ladies. We got to be better. My mama right now. It's okay. I've been bringing them lots of lettuce and treats and stuff. They'll be all over me soon. Look how cute they are, though. The girls, they're so pretty. Like Scobie girls. Look at them. Hey, sweet babies. So, little Missy has big owies. Might be from the other chickens. So, she's gonna go in the bathroom. That's where the little chicken hospital is. And get her some ointment and stop this bleeding. Dang it. Everything doesn't go perfect, right? So, Penny's bleeding on her head. Let's see if we can get some kind of close view. I'm gonna assume it was my other chickens, although I have not seen them bite every time that I go out into the coop. This one, which is a new hen we got on Thursday, today's Sunday, and another one who came from the same place. They're new and they have been hiding in the hen boxes. Every time I go in there with treats or lettuce, which is every day, I sit with them because it's been raining and they don't care for the rain. So I'll sit in there with them, give them the treats, and they haven't come out. Only my older chickens are coming out. And I went and checked on her today because I didn't get any eggs, and I went and checked on her and I saw the top of her head bleeding, had some blood on it, and she's been getting picked on, it looks like. So this is, turn the guest bathroom. But yeah, I turn my guest bathroom into like the chicken hospital whenever they get hurt. So that's why I like to really sit with my chickens and my animals. That way I can see their behavior. Like, are they hiding all the time? Are they eating? Are they coming for treats? She wasn't coming for treats. She was always in the hen box every time I went out there. So finally grabbed her, and it's nowhere else. It's just her head. So she'll be in here a few days, and then I will, transition her back in there with the little kennel. But for right now, I'm gonna put the other new hen in a little kennel in the coop to make sure she isn't getting, bullied or beat up by the other hens. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. But I have her in here with her own water and her own food and some kale. The other hen that I got with her, she laid an egg yesterday that looked a little different on the egg, and it looked like it was thinner. So I went ahead and got some oyster shell and things like that. I don't know if they were giving crumbles or mini veggies or anything like that. So I'm making sure to really get them some nutritional stuff in there. But she'll be in here a few days. I'm gonna go take care of the other chicken, check her over, make sure she's okay, and then put her in that little small dog kennel inside the coop so that the chickens can get to know each other and get used to being around each other without being, vulnerable to being picked on. So yeah. And then when she goes back into the kennel or into the coop, I'm going to put her in a small kennel so that they can interact. Why are you guys eating her stuff? So her head doesn't look too great either. So she's in the dog kennel in here. She's got her own food. She got some extra oyster shell and water. Even though the girls are wanting some of it, even though they have their own. This is hilarious. The chickens know what's going on, and they want some lettuce. But right now it's ducks time, and then I'll be with the chickies. They're all outside free ranging right now. Okay. Girls, you're gonna get your lettuce here in a minute. So this is the door, and it's kind of hung on by this right here. Opens like that. It has this plastic netting, poultry netting on it. And they have room for their pool, and they have their 5-gallon feeder. I made them a little ladder. Let's see, let's get in here. And I can stand up in here. It's about 65 inches. So 5 foot 5 inches. I'm 5'4", so I can stand in there perfectly. And they lay their eggs over there and all that. But I had to put these posts at the end and this right here and this to just make it even, because like I said, I was using pieces of scrap board. This is attached to this one that goes across. So these pallets right here, they're normal pallets. They have these sides. I was able to screw these in just fine. Here's another part. We're gonna take this off. And this is the back part that I made. And theirs doesn't have as much shelter as the chickens because they actually like the wet weather. They like the cold. They don't mind it. So I didn't necessarily have to put anything up. But if I needed to make it more insulated, I can put the plastic in between like the chicken coop. I'm gonna take this tarp off really quick. So that's the entirety of the duck pen from a distance. And this, I wanted to hang things from, but I am gonna cut about a foot at least of this off, but I do want some of it to hang. And if they need any shelter from like hail or anything like that, I'll be able to. But that's basically what the duck pen is. It is just pallets put together. These didn't have this right here, so I have these random pieces of wood like this holding these pallets together. It's like that on this side as well. It's like that right here. And this will be cut. This will probably be cut today. For their perch. I wanted it sticking out because I was going to put things on there, but I think maybe not. And the top part is just, I use these beam parts of the pallet and just put a piece of wood here and then put it over the top. That way it'd give the chicken wire some kind of stretch. And then inside, we ended up putting some scrap pieces of wood together to give it, you know, not so much lag. And I will show you guys the chicken coop. Like I said, this is not a tutorial, but this thing is like super sturdy. I think it's great for the ducks. It's a decent amount of room. The only reason they're in there right now is because they're new and they have to stay in their pen for about 2 weeks so that they know that that's their home and all that good stuff. Now let me show you guys the chicken coop and some additions I'll be making to the chicken coop here pretty soon. So this is the chicken coop. It has pallets, regular pallets, and it had this really, really thick pallet right here. Now this is what I did. All this plastic is what I did for winter time, and I actually won't need to do that for the ducks. The ducks don't need to be that warm. But I lined these. These are dollar shower curtains, and I just put them through. Whoops! I just put them through here, and then stapled where I could fit my hand, and that kept them insulated. And then we had this thick plastic over the top, and we have it right here. I'm gonna take some of this plastic off because it's really not necessary anymore, especially right there. But we had to put some extra plastic even on the ventilation areas because it got so cold when the Arctic came down to the south. Also, I'm painting their door today, and I'm painting the chicken pen. And let's see where they laid. Wow, how did you guys get your... How'd you get your feed bucket all the way over there? I know you guys want to come out. Chill out. What? There's an egg right there. Come on, ladies. We got to be better. So this chicken coop I made as well. It's all out of pallets. Even the door is pallets. The duck pen does not have a door as pallets. I just put scrap pieces of wood in a square and then one in the middle for support. But this is made out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pallets. Tell me about it. And they're just screwed together. I mean, these are just together. This one's to that one. And then my friends built this A-frame. It didn't have the A-frame before. But I'm going to actually put this back part that doesn't have the A-frame. I'm going to do it like the chickens or like the duck pen and put like a piece of wood right here going up and a piece of wood right here or right here going up. Same on the other side. And then put some wood across and then bring this netting up and over. We're gonna go collect some eggs. Also, today I am making another, what are you doing in there? I'm making another feeder out of a 5-gallon bucket and PVC pipe because I heard that these galvanized containers can give chickens zinc poisoning, and I'd rather not that happen. So I'm just gonna go ahead and change it to a plastic feeder. Okay, I got that out. Now, their water is dirty, so I'm gonna clean that out. Let's see if they laid in these. I put these in here and I took their hen houses out, so I think they're pretty confused on where to lay now. But they needed room now that I have the other chickens. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take this out, or dump it at least. It has water in it. The tray is just really nasty. Okay, I'll do this while I don't have a phone in my hand. Okay, if I'm in here, I can stand up right here, but this right here is where we will make it to where I can stand up. And chickens like to lay in one box, and I had 3 chickens and 3 chickens, 3 ducks, and I figured, oh, I'd get one with, 5 or 6 cubbies in it for them to lay, and they all lay in the same spot. You really only need like 2 nests for the amount of chickens I have. So that's what I did with those pink and blue little buckets. They're super cute, and I put some straw in there, and hopefully they'll get used to nesting. They look like somebody's trying to lay, huh? Are you thinking about it? These are those, and this is their roost. Ooh, girl, sorry. This is their roost, and it goes through and through. It's not screwed in or anything, and it's hanging out of both sides. It'll probably get cut too, but I like that, it's pretty sturdy in here, and I like that it hangs over. And here's the rest of it. Those, they're just screwed together right there, screwed together right there, and that's screwed to that back one. Apron's on top, and it's super sturdy. Super sturdy. It's been through some storms, it's been through some floods. The water came all the way up here. It was crazy. We got like 6 inches in like 4 hours. It was wild. So that is it. Today I'm going to write the names of the coops on them. I'm going to paint that door, and then I'm going to paint the duck pen, and I'm going to finish that wildflower painting right there. But I needed these in a pinch. I really didn't want to spend $500 on a fancy coop. I just kind of wanted to be resourceful and use what I could, and I think they'll last long enough that eventually they will have a super fancy one. And it was pretty tricky being on the hill, which is why it was important that that back one was like super sturdy, and it was. And the girls being good. Okay, time to go paint. So I'm going to make the chickens a feeder out of a bucket, just like I did the ducks. I do it with an elbow, a big one, so that their heads fit in there. And I like the one, I don't really know what it's called, but it's a 3-inch PVC 90-degree angle street elbow. I like that it has this lip so that it won't get pushed in. I put silicone around it to seal it up, and it's perfect. It gets right in there, and then no rain gets in there, and I can just fill it from the top. And I have a lid, and it holds 5 gallons of food. It won't get hay or poop, and they won't lay in it. They had a galvanized feeder, and I read somewhere, I think it was on Facebook, this lady was saying how her chicken, the vet said it had zinc poisoning, and it was so sad, and it was because of the galvanized feeder. So I was just like, well, I'm just gonna get rid of that. Hey, Bubby. But they go in there, like in that galvanized feeder, because that's an open top. They poop in there, they lay eggs in there. So this is gonna be way better, and it's gonna take me like 10 minutes to make. Okay, so what I use is a 3-inch hole saw for this 3-inch PVC pipe, and it is like exactly like the same. So I'm going to use my 10 snips and kind of make some snips around it so that I can shove this in there. So my favorite things about my coop, by the way, it's painted. My favorite things about my coops, the fact that they're made out of pallets, is that one, I made them myself. There was no plan. I just kind of put some stuff together with what looked like made sense and looked pretty sturdy. When it's hot, it's plenty of ventilation. It gets really hot and humid here, and they all have plenty of ventilation, plus, you know, the creek behind me. And then when it's cold, I can line it with plastic when it's gonna rain or anything like that, because I put this wire and this chicken wire and these pallets, and it's a bunch of boards. I can just bungee, you know, anything I need to. I put the beams up so I can, if I need to put plyboard, I can. So, I mean, I really like it, because the chicken coop we lined with plastic this winter, and it worked fine. We put the heat lamps in there when it got below 0. It was really nice in there. It really cut the wind chill down. It was quite a bit of plastic, and that was just because the Arctic was in the south, like I said. But just being able to put this plastic in between these boards and staple and be able to rip them out easy when it gets warm, which I'm actually going to work on that tomorrow. I'm going to take those out. They haven't been in there during the day. They come in free range out here. So that's what I love about my coops. They're very sturdy. That one, like I said, we had a flood. It didn't budge it. It's been through some wind and all that stuff. So I think it's good. And I hope they last for like a while, because I love it. I love it. It's simple. It's almost gone, ladies. That was almost my finger. Where's Paulina? Okay. Don't climb on me.